All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is my little live trade recap of the two trades that I took today. So obviously, as you can tell here, we did lose both our trades, unfortunately. But let's quickly talk about how I made up my decisions to take these two losing trades for the day. So obviously, starting off with the most crucial thing was daily buys. Now, when we looked at daily buys here, we had we still had that SMT, that high time frame SMT with ES, right? But then we obviously made this big extension here on the 4 hour, and we had a little retrace, right? We had a little retrace from the swing highs to swing lows over here. Now, was I confident in longs? Yes, I was confident in longs. Two data highs. So this level right here, this was data highs from CPI last week. And obviously CPI being a such a magnet for price, I was very confident that we would at least sweep this, and we were down here when I was looking at price, but obviously we're up here. But yeah, again, I was very confident that we would take out these data highs, right? Now, what I was not too confident about was this retracement, right? So forget this little retracement, but obviously if you just look at this market structure, right? So this is obviously the 4 hour, this is the 1 hour time frame. We had the little retrace, and then we made the extension up to take out these CPI data highs. Now, this is where I went wrong, right? So I thought, obviously, we were gonna continue up, at least sweeping further highs, and probably gonna, and also filling up this big 4 hour fair value gap here, which we didn't end up doing. But now that I look at it, I did pretty much take a really bad trade. My bias was correct, but I should have known that after we swept data highs, we would probably look to take shorts, or at least to retrace after this big extension up, which is my fault on my end, right? And obviously I was already I was I was looking for longs, and I was married to my bias. I think that's where I went wrong today. I wasn't really considering shorts, but looking back on it, after sweeping data highs, doing all of that jazz, and not all of that jazz, um, yeah, probably should have switched our bias, because not only did we have that, we also had a 1 minute SMT to take out at least these lows here. Fuck, this is so messy, but at least to take out these lows here, like especially these lows, and also session lows as well. But let's just run through my trade and my thought process, right? I thought, you know what? I really wanted the 4 hour fair value gap to get filled. Um, but yeah, that was just my bad on my end. A really bad trade. But yeah, and then I took a revenge trade because I was married to my bias to at least take out session highs here, right? But I should have known. And then I set up myself for a trade to go short, and this was basically on the bias that, you know, data highs taken out, my two trades going long when it we also had pretty good entries, and we had broken structure retraced into this retracement level. So I drew it out, but I didn't take the trade because I roughly risked a bit over 1% of my account. And obviously, I have a rule that I don't risk more than 1%. So obviously, got it. I didn't take this trade, but a lot to learn about today. And yeah, just yeah, my bias was right till this got taken out. But that's just the game of trading. You gotta learn from your wins and also learn from your losses, but you learn more from your losses. And today I learned quite a lot, but that's okay. Nothing more to say, but yeah, I was very disappointed in myself. But okay, I'll talk to you about the confluences I took for the trade. So basically, we had this 5 minute fair value gap that was acting as our resistance level, sorry, our support level, and I saw that being respected multiple times, right? And I was like, okay, we got that we got that little retrace. This is a pretty deep retrace into the 26.3% retracement level of the Gann chart, right? And I was like, okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I just want some sort of confluence, right, in a retrace, because obviously I wasn't going to wait for the breaker structure here, right? So what I did was I waited for this fair value gap. I waited for this fair value gap to be invalidated, which I kind of deem as also a break in structure. And then I wanted a retracement somewhere. So um, we tapped into this gap here, opening, and yep, I entered right there, and my first TP was session highs, and then top of this fair value gap. I would have probably taken more TPs out at the equilibrium point of the 4 hour fair value gap, but unfortunately we didn't do that. And for the second trade I took, right, married to the bias again, um, still this 5 minute fair value gap was still holding very strong. I thought, you know, we would continue, not continue, but at least push up to session highs before, retracing down on the hourly or the higher time frame. But that's not what we did. But we did risk very low lots here. This is basically just a trade to break even for the day, but we got even worse. They're saying break even. Wait, what is it? Is it break even or go even worse or something like that? I don't know, but that was basically my mindset today, and obviously not a great mindset. But again, lots to learn about this little misfortune, not this misfortune, but yeah. So FOMC is on Wednesday, and I'm roughly thinking that tomorrow is gonna probably be choppy because people are gonna speculate about FOMC. So gonna risk a lot lower sizes of my account. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. But then after FOMC, we'll see what happens to market. But again, disappointed in today and myself. But it's alright. We learn from these mistakes and we'll get better from it. So we roughly lost 575 here, as you can see in my account balance. But it's alright. We'll make the money back. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this trade recap. I'll catch you guys in the next video and see ya.